Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to 10 years on, and today we're looking at Luka Romero. Quite the young player. So before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and like the video, of course, to get more of this sort of content, and leave in the comments any ideas for players you want to see in the upcoming videos. But as mentioned, it's Luka Romero today, a young man who actually made his debut for Mallorca at 15 years old, which is quite ridiculous really, how young he was to make that debut. An Argentinian. I'm sure he'll be looking to get into the setup. He's valued at £9 to £27 million. He made the move to Lazio at the end of last season, and he's currently in their under-18s. 5'5", so short in stature, but quality on the ball, and looks pretty good physically. Natural fitness-wise, very, very good. So he's a long-lasting player. Can play on the right or in the centre or even on the left if needed. But, I mean, he could also play any other position if you wanted to develop him there. Definitely a player worth keeping an eye out for. So we're going to take a look. He's currently on a youth contract at Lazio, so it'll be interesting to see where he goes and how much for, if he does leave Lazio at all in the next 10 years. But let's jump ahead and take a look. So here we are then, Luka Romero. Interesting turn of events. He's playing for Mexico internationally, 50 caps and 14 goals for them, valued at 34 million to 102 million, and currently in Leicester. Looking at his technicals, physicals and mentals, very, very good. Obviously his jumping reach and that sort of thing, quite low because of his stature. He's only 5'6", but he tries tricks, he tries killer balls and knocks ball past opponent with the bit of pace he's got there. And his natural fitness is 19, so he'll be around for a lot longer. We've seen him in his prime really, 160k a week as well, and it looks like he's already wanted by Juventus, so that's very cool. But you can see here in his career stats that things have had to kind of change for him. He's had a weird kind of journey to get to the top, but it's certainly quite cool to see it. Obviously, played a few seasons with Lazio, getting into the first team. Didn't perform overly well, and I guess that's maybe why some European teams weren't too interested in him, which led him to move to America, or Mexico, and America in Mexico, for 8.5 million. Not a cheap price, but I think it was worth it for them, as a 7.10 and a 7.12 rating in those 2 seasons led to another move to Palmeiras in Brazil, which further showed his abilities for 8 million. And then that's when Leicester came in and signed him for 3.5 million, where he's actually done pretty well, and that's obviously caught the eye of Juventus. I mean, his second season with Leicester may be a little worse, but that might be because of any injuries he may have had. Overall transfer fees though, 48 million, not a bad total. Let's take a look at the milestones though, see if he's won any competitions or anything like that. So it looks like he has done a couple of things. So he won the Italian Cup with Lazio in 2025. In 26, when he moved to America even, he did in fact completely smashed the Mexican League. He won that easily, was in the MLS All-Stars game with the Mexican All-Stars, and got his first cap for Mexico. So that's quite the year for him. He continued to play quite well for Mexico, getting 3rd place, runners-up in a couple of tournaments, and then in the North American Gold Cup in 2029, they in fact won it. So that's quite cool that he's decided his allegiance lies with Mexico and ends up winning something with them. And of course, he did end up moving to Leicester, and winning the FA Cup in 2031 that's just gone. So very nicely done indeed. I'm guessing maybe the North American Gold Cup when he won, that was maybe why Leicester signed him, because I believe that was the year. But let's take a look at his personal awards. Is there anything substantial here? Lots of team of the seasons, so that's very nice for both America and Palmeiras there. And of course, playing a lot for Mexico by the looks of things, along with those first 50 appearances, I should say, for them, and the 14 goals as well. Very, very nicely done. 160k a week is a lot of money, but probably worth it if you can bring him in early as well, for 8 million, as America did. Probably worth that amount of money, especially as he's a long-term investment. With natural fitness, he'll be around for a long time, and he looks pretty decent. Some good dribbling stats there, as well as first touch and technique. So can be a bit of a dictator, could even play as a centre midfielder in that kind of Iniesta role as well. But there you go, we'll leave it at that. Make sure you like and subscribe as always. Leave a comment down below of any players you want to see coming up in 10 years on, and I will catch you in the next one.